I'm here with Guy Debal, who's a member of the National Front Party. He's also going to be standing for election in those upcoming parliamentary elections that we have started to talk about so much. Thanks very much for being with us. Now, Guy will actually answer in French and we'll have a translation for our viewers. Guy, firstly, what's your reaction to Marine Le Pen's loss in the election?
Well, obviously, this is a rather exceptional election under very exceptional circumstances, at a historical moment, because the French were asked to opt for France or against France. And so it is quite a disappointment for us. But we're not totally disillusioned because there are 11 million people who actually voted for Marine Le Pen. Inevitably, this will lead to 2022. We will now be building, little by little, our path towards the future. We're constructing it now. What we want for France is obviously the best.
And looking at how the vote turned out, I know that a lot of supporters of the National Front hoped to reach the 40% mark in this second round. Marine Le Pen was quite far behind that, 35%. Why do you think she didn't manage to reach out further beyond her regular voter base?
Well, listen, really, 35% or 40% is just figures. What is important to notice is the dynamics involved. And what I can see is that in the past, she polled how much, 18%, and now she's got almost 10% more than that. Under, I must repeat, extremely difficult circumstances, with all of the powers of money ganged up against us, all of the media against us. It's practically the whole of the media and whole of the political class that obviously almost asked the French not just to go and vote, but to vote only for Macron, practically telling them at what time they had to go and put their votes in the ballot box. We've never seen something like this. So 11 million votes is unprecedented, and that, for me, is more than enough.
And, well, just looking at what Marine Le Pen said about this breakdown of the former political system of the main left-wing and right-wing parties, they weren't present in this second round. Now, Marine Le Pen has been beaten by somebody who's never, in fact, stood for political office before. So, in the light of that, is it really justified to say that Marine Le Pen was up against the system? Some people would say she is much more part of the system with a long-standing party behind her than Emmanuel Macron.
No, not at all. What defines the system? What defines the system is supporting that globalizing financial project for banks and in the interest of banks. All those who are in favor of that system are part of that system. All those who are against are not part of the system. It's as simple as that, really. That is the crux of the matter. She, Marine Le Pen, is this only candidate against the system, and it is behind her that we will rally in order to build the new victory of the French people in the future, in the next electoral rounds.
And looking ahead to the legislative elections, the parliamentary elections where you will be standing, considering that Marine Le Pen has done well, as the National Front would see it, in this election. However, as we said, she hasn't expanded her voter base all that much. Do you anticipate that the National Front candidates might have to change your program somewhat?
No. Not at all. No question of changing the program at all. No question of changing the strategy. We will continue speaking to the French very sincerely, as we always have. And day by day, we go out to reach out to the French who are suffering, the people you don't see in the media, the people who still hope against hope. And so we will continue doing politics the way we've always done it so far. And it seems to me that legislative elections coming up are somewhat different. They have a different format, and the partisans of the system will find it difficult to rally behind Macron. So the moment of truth is coming close now.
Well, thank you very much for speaking to us. Guy Debal, member of the National Front, and as I said, will be standing in those upcoming parliamentary elections for Paris's 6th circumscription in just a couple of weeks' time. Thanks very much, and back to you in the studio.